Hey guys, this is CCT. In this video, I'll be talking about some of the neat things you can do with Storm, some of the things you maybe didn't know, or little tips and tricks that can increase your efficiency or just like generally better your play on Storm. So the nice things about Storm is that you're invulnerable during ball lightning. So there's a few nice interactions you can do. Whenever people are stunning you, so say, there's a Venge throwing a stunning you, a lot of people will get spooked and they will zip in the other direction because they want to get away from the stun, right? So what you want to actually do is you want to zip into the stun because you're invulnerable whenever you're in ball lightning. So if you zip into the stun, then it's going to hit you while you're in the zip and it's not going to do anything to you. Whereas if you zip in the other direction, it's going to continue to chase you and thwonk you in the rump because you zipped away from it because you got scared, as opposed to zipping into it because it hits you whenever you're in mid-zip and does nothing. It works really well with things like Spirit Breaker Charge. You can use it with Potom arrows, although that's kind of goofy because you can just zip to the side. Any stun that's got a decent travel time, you can zip into it instead of zipping away, because that way there's not a chance that it'll hit you on the tail end. Another thing people typically don't know about ball lightning is that you can use all items and you can auto attack. So the using the items comes in handy whenever you're trying to kill a hero, like an Ember Spirit or a Weaver or somebody that's really, really hard to lock down. It's tempting to be greedy and zip in and hit him and then pull, to get the overload off, but it's much, much better while you're zipping through, pull him, so that way you can get the guaranteed lockdown. Your team can follow up with their stuns. You can also Hex, Orchid, do all of those things during zip, so while you're flying in, you can just click the Orchid on them, and then right whenever you get in range, it's going to Orchid them like mid-zip. And so that way there's it's impossible for them to get their spells off. You can also auto attack mid-zip, which is really important whenever going for kills. It's a nice trick you can do. You want to zip past them, hit them once. This is whenever you don't have pull yet, so you zip past them, you hit the mid-air while you're rolling, and then you put the remnant down, you hit them again, and then you can do your combo or whatever. And it saves you a little bit of time and actually gets you an extra overload hit in because you got the hit in mid-air, and then you can get the remnant overload hit down, so it actually just gives you another overload hit basically, as opposed to zipping, stopping, hitting, remnanting, hitting. It takes a little bit longer and just sort of wastes the hit. A very, very big thing that's not really a Storm specific thing, but it's just a general Dota efficiency, is you want to drop your mana items whenever you pop Soul Ring, because whenever you drop your mana items, Soul Ring is going to give you a higher percentage of your mana. So like, say you have 1,000 mana with your Arcane Boots and 850 without them. So whenever you drop your Arcane Boots, the Soul Ring is going to refill a higher percentage of your mana. So whenever you pick the Arcane Boots back up, it's going to tack on, it'll put it back to 1,000, and the percentage of mana you had whenever you pick those things up will stay the same, so you'll get more mana by doing that. And it's especially important on heroes like Storm, because you always want to be tipped off on mana, because it makes you really hard to kill, and it also allows you to just farm infinitely, because you just have so much mana, because you're being as efficient as possible. You can also do that whenever you bottle, whenever you pop Wand, anything that's going to refill your mana. If it's not stupid, if it's not a Ricky in the game, you can drop your mana items to increase your efficiency. Things about his other spells that some people don't know. His Q, so you press Q, the remnant is sitting there floating on the ground, and someone has to walk in a certain AoE to make it pop and do damage. But whenever it pops, the explosion radius, the radius that it'll do damage, is actually higher than the AoE that it takes to pop it. So if you're in lane and there's a range creep and a melee creep, and you're standing between them, you can put it somewhere near the middle in the radius that it will explode. Whenever it explodes, it'll kill the range creep, but only the melee creep is say an AoE to pop it. So it can save you a few steps. It's kind of a cool concept. Sometimes it'll allow you to do neat things with jungle camps. You pull them together and pop it with one camp, and it'll barely grab some of the creeps that are walking back to their camp, things like that.
Storm Force 5! Here I am! Pudding Pop! Looking good.
And also, the Electric Vortex actually has a self-slow. if you're getting chased or something, people are trying to kill you, and you're really low on mana, so you don't have enough mana to zip away, it's not a good idea to like pull them to try and stop them because there's a 50% self slow for 3 seconds. So it actually outlasts the max pull duration, which is 2.5. So if you're on low mana and running away, you do not want to pull them because it's going to disable you more than it disables them. Thanks for watching, guys. Video on tips and tricks and neat things about Storm that not a lot of people know. If you have any comments or things you think we should do better, let us know down below, and have a great day, guys.